are going to do a walkthrough of this mini album. So this is the same mini album as what I've been using for my crafty goals for 2024. I have each month, and I have a calendar of the month. I have what my goals are for that month, my deadlines and commitments, the projects I want to do specifically, and then how I want to use my stash. I also, in this pocket, have these little sort of Polaroid photo size things of scraps of the papers that I used, so I can go back and see how much I actually smashed in that month. I also keep in the pocket a list of all of the papers that I have in my stash. I know some people have way more than they even want to list, but you know, we're all different. And some extra of those Polaroids. So that's how I use this, and this might be something that you will use. Now, on this one, for the cover, I used a lot of different elements from the collection. When I had done this one, I used things from different collections. So I did add this beautiful, beautiful moth. It actually was from the cover of the 12 by 12 collection. I cut this out, but it is featured in the collection in different places. I also cut this mushroom out from the 8 by 8 collection. This is from the frames and tags, and so is this. This piece is actually packaging that came with the frames and tags. I did use a die I had of just some leaves on a stem and added them as the background. Now, most of this is fussy cut from different pages in the collection. I'll show you a little close-up so maybe you can see the dimension that is in there. So if you look closely, you can see a lot of the different elements. There's a lot of things that are popped up. There's 3 or 4 different levels. You can just freeze it if you want to take a good look. And then here I fussy cut some different elements, the mushrooms and the dragonflies and the strawberries. I'm trying to show you the different layers that I have on top. And I'll show you a little bit later how I actually made that. So hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. So I'm going to show you a little bit, well, I'm going to do a walkthrough of this. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 mini album with a 2 1/4 inch spine. I do have a tutorial. I will link it in the description box. This is my Crafty Goals planner, the same format as what I've been using in my Crafty Goals. Let me show you what 2024 was. So this is 2024. I used different paper than the Life is Abundant collection, but in the meantime, I've purchased it and have some of the, I had a lot of the paper that I could work with. So I'm going to show you this. It will be listed in my Etsy shop. If it's something you want to get, it might take a week or two before I have it listed. Just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. That way, I wouldn't even have to list it in the Etsy shop. We can just sell it. I will only do United States. I'm sorry, I don't ship outside of the United States at this point in time. So let me take you inside. The inside front cover has a pocket. I always use the pockets for different things. I like to keep track of the collections. I think this is what I had in the beginning of last year. I have to double check and see what I still have left, but I put that there. Here's a picture of the sun. It just was so pretty. I wanted to make sure I had it, and just a little scrap of paper. So each month is similar, but not exactly the same. We do have the month listed here in the front. Each month has 2 pages for front and back. The monthly goal is front and center. You can have something as easy as clean my craft room, or as specific, spend half an hour each day on cleaning my craft room, whatever you want to do. Each month has a tab on it as well. We have deadlines and commitments, so if you're on a design team, great. Otherwise, if you have like birthday cards you want to get out, or you want to finish something for Valentine's Day or whatever, projects for that month, that's where you get a little more specific, saying I'm going to use the Curiouser and Curiouser collection for a Valentine's Day folio or whatever. You can write that down, put a little checkbox, and check it off as you go. And then use my stash, make a list of all the things you want to use for that month. And then here is the next month. And again, it's got a lot of the same elements, but may not be in the exact same order. I did put this main picture in two places. Now, you can, if you have more of your goals that you want to set, or if you want to do like gratitude or keep track of your water or whatever, you can just cut it to size and glue it on top of there, because there is another, wait, are we in March? There is another spot in the month that we have whatever that main image is. And by the way, let's take a second and look at the beautiful artistry that was this collection. I love when Graphic 45 does sort of a nature theme, because they do such a nice job with it. It's just so pretty. The dragonflies from May are gorgeous. Love all these little sayings. And then these little sayings, I actually made a tiny mini album and used those. So that'll also be on my channel probably tomorrow. So there is June, July. The bee is gorgeous. I did flip it here. You couldn't tell. Just to make it a little different. I also used some of these. This one says July. They have zodiac symbols in each of the month too. There's Cancer with the star symbolizing it. There's a lot in this collection. You have to just take some time and go through it and appreciate everything that's in it. There was some stamps in the collection. Those were pretty just by themselves. Here's October. The owl is gorgeous. November with the leaves. Those were fabulous. Here they are again. And then December has the pine cones, and they are just so pretty. Piece of paper there. And again, the saying is gorgeous. Look at the pine cones. Just so pretty. And then for the pocket in the back, just another scrap of paper with a stamp. And I also will include some of these Polaroids because I thought it was fun to be able to document exactly what I finished for each month. That was a good month last year. So that is, and I did use some of the patterns and solids from the Little Things collection. It just matched nicely for this collection. I didn't dig into, I did use a little bit of the solids paper, but I didn't dig into it entirely. But that is what I have for you to show you what I used to make the Crafty planners for 2025. So, like I said, if it's something you're interested in purchasing, just send me a comment. Here I'm going to show you the process on how I made the cover. So I started with the green paper, then added some black, which was from Patterns and Solids from another Graphic 45 collection. This was the Patterns and Solids that came with the collection, but I did add some stamping with Graphic 45 stamps to it. After that, I put on this black piece, which came from the packaging of the frames and tags. Then it's a blue solid, I'm not sure what collection, and then the green frame. This is where I'm showing you how many layers I added to the moth to get it to be the same level. I put the moth on the top, and you can also see the wording is on there, and then I put on the frame. Here I just put some scraps on the bottom to add some greenery to the bottom to put everything else onto. And then on top of that, I add some elements that I've die cut and fussy cut. And then finally, how I put it all together. And that's how I made the cover. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day. day.